Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We're going to be doing some red, white, and blue racing with Yrl Division 1, and we're going to be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indiana for the Indianapolis 250. And we got to find out who's going to be the TV drivers. Last race winner was Philip Reynolds, so he'll be a TV driver, and we'll see how many more join him and what starting positions these TV drivers will be in. So let's get started here and roll the dice and see how many TV drivers we're going to have. We're only going to have 3. So 32 will be a TV driver. 20 will be a TV driver. And lucky number 7 will be a TV driver. And if Philip Reynolds doesn't get any of those positions, we'll have 4 TV drivers. Start this race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard. Let's shuffle these up. We'll get our starting grid for the Division 1 race number 7 of the Season 8. We'll shuffle the drivers, put them in a hat, and we'll get this race underway. We'll at least get our starting grid here underway and then get the race underway. Alrighty, let's shuffle the drivers up. One more shuffle here. Put them in the hat. And let's get this qualifying underway. So here we go. And first up will be starting 24th. Will be Bob B in the 69. Okay. See who's starting 10th here. Starting 10th will be Candy, the 68. We're going to go to 67 now. Let's see here. Starting 17th. 17th will be Zoom in the 5. In the 4, rather. Starting 41st. Way back there in the back will be Roger Ward in the 24. Starting 11th will be Ken Castro in the 92. Okay, starting 34th. Oh, a bunch of them just fell out. Didn't need that, did we? Here's P-Jet in the 44. Starting 25th will be Michael B in the 1. Starting 33rd will be Frank Wainscott in the 00. Starting 30th will be Steve R in the 25. Starting 38th be Sean D in the 33. Starting 29th will be yours truly, Dwayne Martz in the 21. Starting 6th, first top group car will be HS in the 88. How's it going, P-Jet? You're starting 34th right now. Starting 36th. Be Keith Avalon in the 1. Starting 22nd will be Darla in the 14. Starting 3rd will be MP Fox in the 12. Starting 5th will be Paul Govier in the 55. See if all them 5s are lucky for Paul. Starting 8th will be Sarah Reynolds in the 97. Starting 31st will be Fanomatic in the 19. Starting 39th will be JB Gorman in the 79. Starting 19th will be Chris Delaware in the 76. Starting 14th will be Philip Reynolds, last race winner, and he'll be a TV driver, so we'll have 4 TV drivers. Since that wasn't one of the TV drivers. Starting 9th will be Danny and Gray in the 42. Starting 16th will be Double D in the deuce. Starting 7th, which will be a TV driver, will be Demos and the 17. Starting 12th is Dez in the 96. Starting 32nd will be Keith White in the 17, and he'll be a TV driver. Starting 20th will be G-Puck, our defending champ, in the 22, and he'll be a TV driver. So that's all the TV drivers. Starting 15th. Still don't have the top two. Will be Bobby Catalino in the 20. Starting second, outside pole sitter, will be Trouble in the 55. Starting 43rd, shotgun and last, will be Glenn B in the 23. Starting 37th will be Devin OG in the 28. Starting 42nd will be Jim Cutter in the 68. Starting 23rd will be Alan Shaw in the 11. Starting 26th, as I bump the camera, will be D. Scott Howard in the 13. Starting 21st will be Troy Carter in the 55. Starting 27th will be Tim Trobfan in the 26. And our pole setter for the Indy 250 is going to be Matt in the 59. Starting 28th will be hammer time in the 34. Starting 35th will be Amish Elvis in the 00. Starting 18th will be Clinton Parks in the 88. Excuse me. Starting 40th will be Fast Eddie in the 9. That takes care of the bottom group. Leaves us 4th and 13th left. Starting lucky number 13 be Michael P in the 73. And the last one should be number 4. And that will be Glenn P in the 4. See if that 4 magic works. Alrighty, let's go over to starting grid here for Indy. We got Matt Sharver, 59 on the pole, 55 Trouble, outside pole, Fox starting 3rd, Glenn P in the 4 starting 4th, Paul Gavier starting 5th in the 55, starting 6th, Hess in the 88, starting 7th, Demos in the 17, starting 8th, Reynolds in the 97, starting 9th, Danny and Gray in the 42, starting 10th, Candy in the 68, starting 11th, Castro in the 92, starting 12th, Dez in the 96, starting 13th, Michael P in the 73, starting 14th, last week's winner, Reynolds Phillip type in the 64, starting 15th, Bobby Catalino in the 20, starting 16th, Double D in the 2, starting 17th, Zoom in the 4, starting 18th, Parks in the 88, starting 19th, Delaware in the 76, starting 20th, G-Puck, our defending champs, in the 22, starting 21st, Carter in the 55, starting 22nd, Darla in the 14, starting 23rd, Shaw in the 11, starting 24th, Michael B in the 69, starting 25th, Michael B in the 20 and the 1, starting 26th, Howard in the 13, starting 27th, Tim in the 26, starting 28th, Hammer Time in the 34, starting 29th, Martz in the 21, starting 30th, Steve R in the 25, starting 31st, Fan-O-Matic in the 19, starting 32nd, White in the 17, starting 33rd, Wayne Scott in the 00, starting 34th, P-Jet in the 44, starting 35th, Elvis in the 00, starting 36th, Avalon in the 1, starting 37th, OG in the 28, starting 38th, Sean D in the 33, starting 39th, Gorman in the 79, starting 40th, Fast Eddie in the 9, starting 41st, Ward in the 24, starting 42nd, Jim Cutter in the 68, Shotgun and last, Glenn B in the 23. Yeah, exactly, Tim. You sure did. Alrighty, let's get down here to the track. And we'll have Matt Sharver in the 59 leading us to the green flag. 25 turns here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy 250. And here we go. And right away, we're going to start with a bottom group of Smart and a problem in the bottom group. First is Smart. First up is Glenn B. See if he can get out of this last place. Hey, JT. Here we go. Not with a 6, he's not. Roger Ward up next. A 366. He's gone. He's up to 19th from 41st. Nice job. Next up is Gorman at 79. Not with a 4, he's not. How about Sean Dean at 33? 263. And he gets Parks. Sean D making a move, going from 38th up to 18th. Good job by Sean D. Here comes OG in that 28. A 241. And Philip Reynolds holds him off. Good job by Philip. Here comes Frank. And a 00 with a 156. And he gets zoomed, goes from 33rd up to 17th. Keith White trying to get out of the rear with the gear. Not with the 6, he's not. How about Fan-O-Matic in that 19 car? A 152. And he gets Frank Wainscott. He doesn't stay there very long. Fan-O-Matic goes up to 17th. Yours truly, Dwayne Marks, with a shot to get out of the rear with the gear. With a, excuse me, with a 113. Goes from 29th up to 9th. Knocks Danny and Gray back. How about Hammer Time? He's got a shot here. With a 251. And Double D's got Smart, holds him off. Here comes Tim in that 26 car with a 154. And he gets Fan-O-Matic, goes from 27th up to 17th. Good job by Tim. Alan Shaw's a smart man. See if he can get out of the rear with the gear. With a 261. And Sean D holds him off. They keep finding each other on the track, those two good friends, Sean D and Alan Shaw. Here comes Darla. Not with a 6, she's not going nowhere. And that's it for the Smart quality. Now let's see who has the problem in the rear with the gear. 54, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Amish Elvis has the problem here in Indy. And it is a 26 escape electrical problem, roll for repair. So we're still at the beginning of the race. And it'll take a 7 for Elvis to stay in the building. And he does, barely. Elvis stays in the building here in Indianapolis. Drop back to 43rd now. And that's it for turn number 1. Here we go, turn number 2. And we got a top group of trouble. Here we go. Are we going to get the big one at Indy? All righty. It is a +1 for escape here in Indy. So Matt needs 11 or lower. He barely gets it. 11. He's lucky to add that escape. Trouble can have a wreck. And next up is Fox. He needs an 8. He gets it. And Glenn P needs an 8. And doesn't get it. Glenn P is involved in this wreck. See here. Paul Govier needs an 8. He gets it. HS needs a 7. He doesn't get it. HS is involved in the wreck. And next up is Demos, needs a 5. Needs a 6 with the +1, and he doesn't get it. So we'll be going to the middle group. Here we go, folks. It's the big one. Next up is Sarah Reynolds, needs a 9. She doesn't get it. Sarah Reynolds is involved in this melee. Yours truly needs a 10. And I make it through. Okay, Candy needs an 8. She makes it through. Okay, and Castro needs a 9. He makes it through. Dez needs a 9. And he barely makes it through. And how about Michael P? He needs a 6. And he barely makes it through. Last week's winner, Philip Reynolds, needs an 8. He makes it through. Guys in here in the middle group doing a good job of avoiding this mess. Bobby needs a 7. And doesn't with Boxcar. I guess I'll put the announcer jinx on that. Double D needs a 9. Makes it through. Tim needs an 8. He barely makes it through with double 4s. Sean D needs an 8. And he doesn't make it through with a 9. And the last one is Ward, and he needs a 7 and makes it through. So everybody moves on up. Well, 2 caution flags here. And let's see if any of these cars can get repaired and get back in the race. Excuse me. Alrighty, first up is Sean D. He needs a 9 to stay in this race. And he gets it. Sean D stays in the race. Next up is Bobby Catalino. Needs a 9 to stay in the race. She gets it. Sarah Reynolds up next. Gets it. And these crews are getting the cars back out on the track here early in this race. Demos. Doesn't get it. 17 of Demos will be the first car out of the race. Will finish 43rd. Okay, HS, can he get back out on the track? Yes, he can. And last one's Glenn P. No, Glenn P's out of the race. He'll finish 42nd. So 2 cars unable to get repaired and are now out of the race. Leaves us with 41 cars still running here at Indy. Takes us to turn number 5. And we got a top group of Smart. Who's Smart up here? Candy's Smart. So is Matt. So it takes a 4 to beat him. And a 2-2 ain't getting the job done. Yours truly, Dwayne Martz, has a shot at him. 1-2 ain't getting it done. Paul Govier, Smart. Last one with a shot at him. And a 2-5. Paul gets him. Paul goes up to the lead here in that 55 car. Here on turn number 5. Paul's liking all those 5s. All righty. On to turn number 6. And we got another top group, this time star. How many stars is up here? Candy's a star, Paul's not. So it takes a 3 to beat him. 1-6. Candy gets that 68 up there. Paul didn't have to leave very long. 68 of Candy now up there. Take a 4 to beat her. All righty, see if there's any more stars. Matt's a star trying to get that lead back. And a 3-1 ain't happening. And Trouble is a star in that 55. And a 6-5 not getting her done. First pit stop of the race. And it'll be the bottom group 2 and 5 switch. Alrighty, see who's going to get some chips back here, if anybody does. Grab a handful. And here we go. Howard needs a 3. He doesn't get it. Steve R needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Danny and Gray needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Hammer Time needs a 5. He doesn't get it. Fanomatic needs a 4. He doesn't get it. Frank Wainscott needs a 6. He doesn't get it. Keith needs a 5. Keith gets it. Good job by that 17 crew to get him a chip. Zoom needs a 4. She doesn't get it. P-Jet needs a 6. Doesn't get it. Keith Avalon needs a 6. He doesn't get it. OG needs a 7. He gets it. That 28 crew does a good job there. Parks needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Gorman needs a 7. He gets it. How about that 79 crew coming through? And Fast Eddie needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Delaware needs a 5. Doesn't get it. Double 5s. He said get rid of one of those dice. Jim Cutter needed a 4. Didn't get it. Glenn B needs a 5. And he gets her done. Elvis, after his trouble, needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Hess needs a 5 or 6 rather. And doesn't get it. Sarah Reynolds needs a 4. Doesn't get it. Bobby needs a 6. And gets it with Snake Eyes. And Sean D needs a 5. And doesn't get it. So only, 5 crews came through. Okay. We'll be moving on up here. Big winner was Bobby in that 20 car. Going up the ladder here. Keith White moves up to 20th. Devin OG up to 21st. JB up to 22nd. Glenn, he moves up to 23rd. And like I say, Bobby up to 24th. See if anybody can beat Candy out of the pits now. Okay. 6-6. Nobody can beat Candy out of the pits. And your leader's Candy, followed by Trouble in second, Govier in third, Matt in fourth, yours truly, Martz in fifth, Fox in sixth, Castro in seventh, Dez in eighth, Michael P in ninth, and rounding out your top 10 is Darla. So we go to turn number 8. And we got our first pedal to the metal. First one of the race. See what we get here. Alrighty. And we got 21. Who's in 21st? Devin OG. Alrighty. Can JB go with him? See what happens here. Yes, he can. Gorman's going to tag along. How about Glenn? Yes, he is. How about Bobby? No, it's a 3-man gang. And they're going after Keith White. They get him. Going after Michael B. And they get him. Going after Bob B. And he holds them off. So they pick up 2 spots. 3 of them do. Alrighty, and that was it for turn number 8. On to turn number 9. Third of the way done this race. And we got a middle group of control and a problem in the middle group. First up is Bob B. Just held him off there a few minutes ago with that pedal to the metal. He's not going nowhere with a 5 though. Philip Reynolds, last week's winner, with a 6 ain't going nowhere. How about Troy Carter? First we talked about him today. A 2-3-6. He gets Matt. Pole sitter just goes from 4th back to 15th. Matt's dropping. G-Puck, defending champ, with a shot at it. Not with a 4, he's not. Alan Shaw in that 11 car in 11th. A 3-1 ain't getting her done now. How about Darlin, that 14 car? A 3-3-2. And Carter holds her off. Next up's Michael P. A 3-1-4. Michael gets Trouble out of there and goes up to second. Good job by Michael P. And how about Dez in that 96? A 1-2-1 ain't getting her done. Now we got to find out who has the problem here in the middle group. Problem in the middle group. 2 even. Darla has the problem. What kind of problems does Darla have? A 51. Spin, drops to the front of the middle group. At least she stays in the race. She'll drop back to 20th. See who moves up here. See if Gorman can move up here in that 79. Old JB. No, he doesn't. How about Glenn? Glenn moves up. Alrighty. On to turn number 10. 100 miles is in the books. We got a top group of Star in the top group. Who's the stars up here? Absolutely nobody's a star but Candy. And she's already got the lead. So we go to turn number 11. And we got a middle group of Trouble again in the middle group. Uh-oh. We've lost 2 cars so far. That's been it. See what happens this time. First up is Dez. He'll need a 9 to stay in this escape. He gets it. Trouble automatically makes it through. Alan Shaw needs a 9. He doesn't get it. Alan Shaw snake bitten this year. Sure. Tim needs an 8. He doesn't get it with boxcars. Darn. And he's starting to tear him up. Ward needs a 7. He gets it. G-Puck needs a 6. Defending champs involved in this wreck too. Sure, taking out some good guys up front. Matt needs an 11. He makes it through. Philip Reynolds needs an 8. He makes it through. Double D needs a 9. He makes it through. Bob B needs an 8. Doesn't make it through. The next 2 will make it through. They got chips, but will they have to burn them? Let's see here. OG needs a 6. He'll have to burn the chip, but he makes her through. And Glenn B needs a 8 without burning this chip. And he makes it through. So everybody else just moves on up. Four cars involved in this wreck. See if they can get back out. We are in the middle part of the race though. Alrighty. First up is Bob B. And he'll need a 7 to stay in this race. Gets it. Bob B stays in the race. How about G-Puck? G-Puck is out of the race. G-Puck. Not a good day at Indy. We'll finish 41st. Next up is Tim. And Tim stays in the race. Barely, though, with a 4 and a 3. How about Alan Shaw? Can he stay in the race? Yes, he can, just barely, too. So only 1 car drops out of the race. That was G-Puck. And that takes us to turn number 14. Here we go with Candy out in the lead still. Michael P. second. Paul Govier third. Troy Carter fourth. Dwayne Martz fifth. MP Fox sixth. Castro seventh. Dez eighth. Trouble ninth. And Roger Ward rounding out the top 10. Here we go. Turn 14. And we're in the middle with a Star is Born. Let's see how many stars is back here. Michael B's a star. Can he get out of the middle group here? With a 154. And he gets MP Fox, goes from 18th up to 6th. Good job. Devin OG's a star. Not with a 6, he's not going nowhere. Double D's a star. A 5's not going nowhere. Matt's a star trying to get back up there. With a 156, Michael B didn't stay there very long. Matt's back up in the top group. Trouble's trying to get back up there too. Not with a 6. And Dez get back up there. Not with a 6. We go to turn 15. 100 miles to go here. And we got a middle group of Star again. Star in the middle group. First up is Devin OG, and we got a problem with the double sixes. First we'll do the Star, not with a 5. Double D with another shot. Not with a 5. Michael B. A 2, 1, 3. He gets Michael P, the battle of the Michaels. And the B wins out. Gets that number 1 car up to second. Here comes trouble. A 1, 4, 2. And trouble gets me. I'm bit by trouble. Trouble up to 5th. Drops me back to 9th. And here comes Dez. With a 5, not going nowhere. Now we got to find out who has the trouble back here. And it's a 34. And that's the 3 even. Uh-oh, last week's winner. Philip Reynolds has the problem. And a 13, that's not good. Multiple problems. Unable to continue. So last week's winner, Philip Reynolds, will finish 40th. Hero 1 week, a 0 the next. Sure, that's racing, folks. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Okay, let's see. You can move up here to the middle. Can Bobby move up in that 20 car? Yes, she can. Leaves us with 39 cars still running. Alrighty, on to turn number 16. And we got a top group of Star again. Stars are lined here. Candy is a Star. It takes a 4 to beat her. And if she holds on this lap, she'll get a chip. She's led since turn 6. First up is Matt. Like I say, it takes a 4 to beat her. 3, 4. Matt gets it done. Back in the lead. The pole sitter. Bounce back. How about that? Matt back up in the lead here on turn 16. Can Trouble get up there? Again, it'll take a 4 to beat Matt. 5, 2 ain't happening. And Michael B trying to get the lead here. Oh, triple 5s. Michael B's got a problem in that 1 car. 36. 5 brace, and he'll drop back to 20th. See who moves up here to the top group and the middle group. Turn 16. First up is Dez. He doesn't. Yours truly, Dwayne Marks. Can I get up there? Yes, I can. Back up to 7th. See who moves up to the middle group. First up is going to be Howard in that 13 car. Is it going to be a lucky number 13? Alrighty, let's see. Yes, it is. Howard up to 19th. Like I say, Michael B goes from 2nd back to 20th, but at least he's still in the race. As we get to the money stop, the last and final pit stop before this race is over. Turn 17. And again, it's going to be the back group. 3 and 6 switch spots. And we'll rearrange these guys here in the middle group with chips since they can't get any. Okay. Okay, we'll grab handful of chips here. See if anybody back here can get any. Just took notice. This wasn't a good day to be a TV driver. Only one TV driver's left. We've had 4 cars out of the race, and 3 of them was TV drivers. Alrighty. Here we go. Michael B. Can he get a chip? 4. He gets a chip. Danny and Gray, can he get a chip? Not with an 11, he can't. Steve R needs a 6. He doesn't get one. Hammer Time needs a 5. Doesn't get one. Fan needs a 4. And he doesn't get one. Frank needs a 6. Doesn't get one. Zoom needs a 4. And does get one. How about that? The 4 car gets a chip. P-Jet needs a 6. He gets one. Keith needs a 6. He doesn't get one. Parks needs a 4. He doesn't get one. Fast Eddie needs a 4. Doesn't get one. Delaware needs a 5. He barely gets one. Good job by that 76 crew. Cutter needs a 4. No. Elvis needs a 4. No. Hess needs a 6. Gets one. Good job by that 88 crew. Reynolds Sarah type needs a 4. No. Sean D needs a 5. No. Alan Shaw needs a 4. No. Tim needs a 5. Gets it. Good job by that 26 crew. And Bob B, he needs a 6. Bob B with Snake Eyes, they come through. Good job. Alrighty. Have a few of them moving up here this time. 6 of them did good on the money stop. See if it'll pay off for them with these chips. Alrighty. Zoom up to 21st. P-Jet to 22nd. Chris up to 23rd. H up to 24th. Tim up to 25th. And Bob B up to 26th. Only 8 more turns to go, folks, here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Indy 250. 39 cars still running. Our pole sitters got the lead back, followed by Paul Govier, Troy Carter, Dwayne Martz, Candy, Ken Castro, Trouble, Bobby in 8th, Glenn B in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is JB. Here we go, turn 18. And we got a bottom group, all them chips back there of Reflex. See who's got the Reflex. First up is going to be Elvis. Oh, 555s. Elvis has a problem. Let's see what kind of problem Elvis has. 21. Cut tire. Causes a wreck. He's out of the race, and a yellow comes out, so they're not even going to be able to use those chips. Elvis is out of the race. And Elvis will finish 39th in that 00 car. Elvis has left Indianapolis, folks. Alrighty, on to turn number 20. And it's a middle group of Star. Star in the middle group. Got a few guys with chips. A few drivers with chips. See how this pans out. First up's Double D with Star. 3, 2, 4. And he gets Troy Carter. Goes from 19th up to 3rd. Good job by Double D. OG's got star quality. Not with a 6. Dez is a star. A 3-3-5. Knocks yours truly back to 13th. Dez up to 4th. And none of these drivers with chip has the star quality. Turn 21. 50 miles to go here at Indy. 5 turns. And we got a top group of reflex in the top group. See what we got here. Ken Castro going after Matt. Only takes a 3 to beat him. And a 3-2. Matt holds him off. And the only other driver with reflex is Paul. That 55 car. And a 5-6. Doesn't get her done. Turn 22. Another top group, this time Star. Takes a 4 to beat Matt this time. Trouble's up. And a 1-5. Trouble gets the lead. Goes from 7th up to the lead. Knocks Matt out of there. Turn 22. Trouble's first time leading the day. Alrighty, Candy trying to regain that lead. Again, it'll take a 4 to beat Trouble. A 5-3, no. How about Dez? Can he get that 96 car up there? A 3-4, he does. Dez gets the lead here in that 96 car. Okay, Double D trying to get the deuce up there. 5-6, no, and that's it for turn 23. 3 turns to go, folks. We got another top group. This time there's trouble in the top group. Uh-oh. Here we go. This could be it. Trouble, trouble. Who's got the trouble? Dez needs a 9. And he barely makes it. Dez escapes that. Paul needs an 8. And Paul barely gets that. No, Paul doesn't get an 8. He gets a 9. Poor Paul is involved in the wreck. Double D needs a 9. And he makes it through. Trouble's going to make it through. Candy needs an 8. Candy makes it through. Ken needs a 9. He makes it through. And Matt needs an 11. And Matt makes it through. So just a 1-car crash here. So that'll take us to the last lap after we find out if Paul can get that car repaired. Let's see if Dez can hold everybody off here. We'll have a 1 turn shootout. Shouldn't say lap. 1 turn shootout. All those chips in the back group haven't been used. That was a shame. Had that caution come out. Let's see. We're late in the race. It'll take a 5 for Paul to stay in the race. And he doesn't. Paul will finish 38th. Running up front all day long. Sure. What a disappointing ride that was. Alrighty, folks. They're coming to the white and green flag. The white and green flag here at Indianapolis. Here we go. Ken, Dez, hold them off. We will have a top group. We will have heat. And we're going to have a problem. Bobby has a chip but does not have heat. The only person with heat is Trouble. And so does Dez. Dez has heat. So it'll take a 4 to beat him. And a 1-5. Trouble gets the job done. But who has the trouble in the top group on the white flag here? Alrighty, let's find out who has the trouble up here in the top group. And it is Ken Castro has the problem. What kind of problems poor Ken have? 65. Black flag. So Ken will finish 37th. Let's see who moves up here. First up is Glenn B. And Glenn B moves up. Alrighty, see if Zoom can move up here to the middle group. Nope. How about P-Jet? Yeah, P-Jet does. Alrighty, folks, and your winner in that 55 car is Trouble. Trouble wins this race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we'll get to kiss the bricks. Good race for Trouble. She was back and forth all day long in that top group and gets her done right at the end. Give her credit. Okay, finishing second in the deuce. Double D. Dez in that 96 finishes third. Candy, she was up front all day long. She'll finish fourth. Matt, our pole sitter, fell back but got the lead back near the end. Ends up in the top 5. Not bad. And Bobby in that 20 car finishes sixth. Glenn B went from the rear. I think Glenn B started dead last. Sure did. Glenn B starting dead last and gets a top 10 out of this. Great race by Glenn B. Yeah, shout out to Glenn B. Gorman, he was back there a ways too. Yeah, he started 39th. And he's in the top 10. These guys came from the rear with the gear and did well. Did real well. Same with Keith White. He started back airways. Where did Keith start? He started 32nd. A lot of movers up here in that 17 car. How about that? Roger Ward was back there too in 41st. So being in the back didn't hurt at all here at Indy. They definitely did some good passing. Yours truly just misses out on the top 10 in that 21 car. Not a bad day for starting in the bottom group. Just knocking on a top 10 finish. Would have liked to have it though. Car 13, Howard, finishes 12th. OG in the 28 car, he finishes 13th. Darla in the 14 finishes 14th. MP Fox in the 12 car finishes 15th. Michael P in the 73, he'll finish 16th. Troy Carter, who was up front most of the day, had a disappointing finish in that 55 car, finishing 17th. Michael B was up front for a while, finishes 18th in that one car. P-Jet in the 44 car finishes 19th. And Zoom in the 4 car finishes 20th. Chris in the 76 finishes 21st. 88 of H. Hess, he finishes 22nd. Tim, he had an up and down race. He finishes 23rd in that 26 car. Bob B in that 69, he finishes 24th. Danny and Gray, didn't talk much about him today. He finishes 25th. Same with Steve R in that 25 car. He finishes 26th. Hammer Time in the 34 finishes 27th. Finishing 28th is Fanomatic in the 19. And the 00, Frank, he'll finish 29th. And the 1 of Avalon finishes 30th. Mr. Parks in that 88, he'll finish 31st. And that 9 of Fast Eddie, he finishes 32nd. Jim Cutter in that 68 finishes 33rd. The 97 of Sarah Reynolds, she finishes 34th. Sean D at 33 finishes 35th. And look who's right behind him, his buddy Alan Shaw. And the 11 finishes 36th. And last car still running here. Poor Ken Castro had a problem there at the end and finishes 37th. I want to thank JT. I want to thank Tim and P-Jet for stopping by here at Indianapolis. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders so you know what's going on. And on your way out of Indianapolis, Indiana, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great evening and y'all take care.